We're back, live from Illinois, live from South Carolina. The warden, the guru, ready to knock things out like that with the 1-2.
Talk about the box.
Bob and weave that guru, Bob and weave, baby. So we about to hit them with some here. They're gonna be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Here we go. Tight ends, week 9. Let's get things cracking. Travis Kelce coming in number 1. He's got that number 1 spot back, baby. Number 2, Mark Andrews out of Baltimore. Number 3, Zach Ertz from Arizona. 3, Dallas Goddard. 4, Gerald Everett out of the Chargers. 5, no, that was 5. 6, Tyler Higbee from Minnesota, from the Rams. 7, T.J. Hockenson out of Minnie. Evan Ingram out of Jacksonville, number 8. Number 9, Kyle Pitts out of Atlanta. Kate Otten out of Tampa Bay, number 10. Hayden Hurst, number 11, out of Cincy, followed by 12, Tyler Conklin with the Jets. Taysom Hill out of New Orleans, followed by Mike Gesicki out of Miami, coming in at 14. Dawson Knox, 15. Foster Moreau out of Vegas. My man Darren Waller still not back yet, so a little heartbroken there. 16, I'm sorry, that was 16. 17, Robert Tonyan from Green Bay. 18, Will Disley out of Seattle. Noah Fant out of Seattle there. 1-2. Take your pick your poison on who you want to go with. Check out the overview before you put one of those guys in. 20, Juwan Johnson out of New Orleans. Isaiah Likely out of Baltimore at 21. 22, Cole Kmet from Chi-Town. 23, Kyle Granson out of Indy. And rounding out the top 24, tight ends week 9, Hunter Henry out of New England with a matchup against Indy. What you got, Guru? Anything on the tight ends?
Just a hats off real quick to the Bears tight end.
Cole Kmet.
Cole Kmet. Sorry, Cole Kmet. His first touchdown of the year. It only took him 8 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's his fault or the QB still not getting where he needs to be, but either way, you got your first first touchdown of the year. So congratulations with that. And I do have a question about number 9, Kyle
Pitts.
Yes. We've been hearing about how great he is since he's been drafted, but unfortunately, we haven't seen him not injured or some nagging something going on with the guy. And I don't know. I mean, the talent was there in college. He got drafted that early for a reason. Teams usually don't take tight ends that early, but he appeared to be worth it, and he's got every gift you want a tight end to have, except for they're just not getting it done for some reason. They're just not linking up with quarterback he's not gelling with. Don't know, but it's time for him to knock off the nagging injuries, injuries that 30 years ago, they would have said, "Yeah, wrap that up. I'm going out there. I ain't done."
Right.
Could you imagine Walter Payton? Guy never missed a game, and he got guys missing 3 weeks for turf toe.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Well, I mean, it's a different game, I guess. But humanity is a lot less tough than they used to be, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's amazing that stuff like that goes on. But other than that, that's about it. That's all I got for tight ends because I don't like tight ends. I think they should be out of football, out of fantasy too. Because if you don't have right now, if you don't have one of the top 2, you're scrambling.
Uh-huh.
You're scrambling every week to find out who's due for a score, who's due for a big yardage gain, who is it going to be this week. The guy I got at dead 24, he could be number 3.
Right.
He could be number 3. It is 30 or 60 yards and a touchdown, and he's very capable of that. And it's just a blown position.
Yeah.
So, all right, man, let's move ahead if you don't mind, sir.
Yeah, no problem at all, man. We're gonna go to the defense here. Coming in number one, the Eagles, followed by two, the Bills. Match up against the Jets. Number three, the Patriots. Number four, Tampa Bay. Five, the Chiefs. Six, the Bengals. Number seven, the Rams. Number eight, the Colts. Nine, the Ravens. 10, the Jaguars. 11, the Dolphins. Against the Bears. 12, the Seahawks. 13, the Chargers. 14, the Vikings. 15, Packers. 16, Saints. 17, Commanders, followed by 18, the Raiders. We've got 19, the Panthers. Coming in at number 20, we've got the Cardinals, followed by 21, the Bears. 22, the Titans. 23, the Falcons. Coming in at number 24, rounding out the top 24 defense special teams, New York Football Jets. Jets, Jets. Um, there you have it there for your top 24
Uh,
defense.
just,
And
just a real quick one as far as my Bears go, or our Bears. They are playing that game at home. I didn't realize that at first. I still don't like their chances, but they do have a little bit of a better chance. They're not terrible at home, especially offensively. Now,
they
they have traded away a couple of defensive studs, but we've seen this in the past that young guys, once they get a few extra minutes in their under their belt, they start producing. And it happens every year that something like that happens. So hopefully, some of these kids that step up and play for the Bears this week. Hopefully, we got a diamond in the rough, and he shows up and kicks him to a tail.
they, they are a team that I can see pull up, pull out an upset. That is one team. If I had to pick an upset of the week, that way would be the Bears against the Dolphins. At home. So we will see.
Plus, we get our wide receiver this week.
Right?
I think he instantly joins our crew
Yeah.
and
You
becomes
know.
the number one wide receiver that we have.
Yeah. Looks like it's gonna be a nice day too. You know what I mean? Gonna be in the 60s out there in Chicago. No wind, so we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Um, let's go ahead and get to these running backs, man.
All right, how about you moving on ahead to the meat and potatoes, if you will?
Number one, Derrick Henry out of Tennessee. Austin Eckler out of the Chargers. Alvin Kamara, number three. Dalvin Cook, number four. Josh Jacobs, number five. Aaron Jones, number six. Ramondre Stevenson out of New England, number seven. Travis Etienne, number eight. Kenneth Walker the third out of Seattle at number nine. Number 10, Leonard Fournette, Tampa Bay. 11, Jonathan Taylor out of Indy. 12, DeAndre Swift. 13, Dante Foreman out of Carolina. 14, Joe Mixon. 15, Damian Pierce out of Houston. 16, Rasheem Mostert out of Miami. Miles Sanders, number 17. 18, A.J. Dillon out of Green Bay, followed by 19, Jamal Williams in Detroit. 20, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. 21, David Montgomery out of the Chicago Bears. 22, Antonio Gibson. 23, Devin Singletary. 24, Kenyon Drake out of Baltimore. 25, Eno Benjamin of Arizona. Tyler Algier out of Atlanta coming in at 26. 27, Brian Robinson Jr. 28, Daryl Henderson Jr. 29, Khalil Herbert out of Chicago. 30, Michael Carter out of the Jets, followed by 31, Alexander Madison out of Minnie. 32, Damian Harris. 33, Caleb Huntley out of Atlanta, followed by Isaiah Pacheco from Kansas City out of 34. And rounding out the top 35, we've got six teams on a bye week this week. So it was tough this week. We're putting these rankings with the guru. Coming in number 35 will be James Robinson with his new team out of New York Jets. So there you have it. There, your top 35 running backs week 9. Guru, give them what you got, baby.
Well, you may be able to. I found out after I got all the rankings together that Khalil Herbert, the
Herbert.
Bears, he may miss this week.
Mm.
There's a possibility he doesn't play. If that is the case, then uh, Um, David Montgomery probably comes a later end top 10 pick. Those guys are splitting the carries pretty evenly,
Yeah.
and so it's a shame. They're both very talented, but neither one is getting enough carries to really produce the way their talent would dictate.
Hmm.
Because I mean, we got number 10. We have the kid from Tampa.
Lenny.
Yeah, Leonard Fournette. Now, there is no way that if it's an even team or an even squad, and the Bears running back starter, although they split carries, um, David Montgomery is not a better back than him. I think he's a better back. I think he's a more productive back. But is the situation that he's in, if he were in the same situation as uh, if he were in Tampa, he'd probably be probably a top 6 or 7 back, somewhere in there, with that offense, able to carry the ball like that. But he's not. He's with the Bears, sharing carries, so that's what he gets. He gets slotted at number 19, 21,
Yeah.
and it's not really his fault. The talent is there, but like I said, if the other Bears running back is out, then move him considerably up in your lineups. He's going to be a good play this week.
Okay.
Um, but I don't really have a whole lot else. You got somebody you want to key on, and
Mm, Let me go through this,
go
man.
ahead and
Yeah, it's with all these buys, man. Um,
7 buys.
I tell you
6.
what. Here's one. Here's one here. With Miami pulling off another trade, they got his running back made from San Francisco. Miami pulled off that Jeff Wilson Jr. trade, like Rasheem Mostert this week against the Bears. With Roquan Smith being gone, being out of the middle of that Bears defense, they'll insert some new guys in there. Um, we know Miami can throw the ball. They can light it up quick, fast. Waddell and Cheeto both could have over 100 yards, easy. Week in, week out. But I think this will be a good game this week for Mostert. I see him. I can see him. Running pretty wild against this Bears defense. We don't know what the Bears defense is going to give us this week. Only thing we know about the Bears is they are who we thought they were. So we'll see how that's going to happen this week, though. So
Yeah, I mean, like I said, with all the bye weeks there are, um, there should be more than a couple running backs out there that you can run to
right.
and use. You know, gosh, number 25, who's out there?
You said 25? Yeah, Eno Benjamin out of Arizona.
Benjamin from Arizona, going up against a very bad defense um, in Seattle.
Right.
New kid, fresh legs, hasn't had a whole lot of beating this year. Those are the kind of kids that usually blow up for a few weeks until people get film on them, until they uh, get a chance to see their characteristics, what they do well, what they don't do well. Um, so those are the kind that can really springboard you if you're having a bad season. So keep an eye on. If you
Okay.
don't have them, if somebody hasn't picked them up, you got room on your roster. He's definitely a guy to pick up and hold on to if you don't use him. Now, this week you might be behind, and you may have to plug him in anyway just because of the bye week situations.
Right.
So, guy like he's prime. He's absolutely prime candidate for breaking out.
Yeah.
Um,
He's a guy.
the LA Raiders,
No, who? No. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um.
Rams, the LA Rams. I'm sorry, I misspoke. the LA Rams and their running back situation with
Right, right, right.
with old boy that stepped off and decided he wanted to quit in the middle of the season because he didn't like playing in LA. I don't blame him. He's too good to be in a timeshare with the guy that he's in a timeshare with, but
Okay.
he was not performing well. He started off the season, he was a little nicked up, and he
Right.
never really got it going. They gave him every opportunity in the world early on, uh, but since then, I mean, there was a couple of weeks that he got 3 and 4 carries. Uh, he was a really good player 2 years ago. Last year he got hurt, and he was coming back, and he was healthy, and he's supposed to be the player that he was as a rookie, and they weren't giving him the opportunity.
Okay.
Maybe that's one of the reasons that they're struggling as bad as they are because they are overplaying some of their lesser talented offensive players.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so he supposedly they looked for a trade and couldn't get one. Well enough as they wanted, so they're begging him to come back to camp and play the rest of the year. And it's probably a good thing to do if you're him, just to prove that you still got something left. To the injury didn't end your career.
Right.
That you still have plenty to offer other teams,
Right.
and then get yourself into free agency and sign a lucrative contract somewhere else. But if you sit the rest of this year when you're under
Mm-hmm.
contract, they're not gonna. No teams are gonna look for you. They're just
Right.
gonna assume you might get lucky. Some scrub team might throw you an offer for the league minimum, or
Mm-hmm.
just see if they can sucker you in. But I think he should go back and help that team get back to the playoffs and make a Super Bowl run because
Okay.
I don't think they can do it if they don't have a running game. It's
No.
it's bad right now. It's not getting better without a running game. So I
True.
think that would help them a ton if they could convince him to come back and run like the rookie did 2 years ago. Um, when he was a rookie and really changed the game. Uh, so yeah, other than those guys, I said with the bye weeks, man, just everybody out there, just be careful.
Right.
And I did something this week, by the way, that I never thought I would ever do, and I'm probably going to drop them further down the rankings. Um, from Indianapolis Colts,
JT.
over 6,000 or 600? No, but he had an ungodly amount of rushing yards, 1,300 or 1,600.
Yeah.
1,600 plus rushing yards last year. Uh, 17 touchdowns, was it? Maybe 18.
Yeah.
And they are struggling to move the ball,
Yeah. They are.
both offensively, and they can't stop anybody. And that's
Yeah.
bad, but running the ball, throwing the ball, they're just not getting it done.
Right.
And they're in a terrible division.
Mm-hmm.
They should be able to step up but I would, if it were me, I'd run them 30 times a game
Mm-hmm.
until the passing game got straightened out.
Mm-hmm.
He would put up numbers just by simple amount of runs that he would get. He's a good back. He's one of the best backs in the league.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not performing that way this year. But that whole team, they just forgot how to play. It seems like they're in a dumpster, and they were a decent playoff bound team last year.
Yeah.
They were a force to be reckoned with, and now they're getting kicked around by bad teams.
Right.
So I don't know what to say about that, but they need to utilize their best offensive weapon a little bit more.
Okay.
And their best offensive weapon is, with no question, oh Jesus, name again,
From where?
running back from uh, Jesus. I hate this. What's the running back's name again?
Who we were just talking about? Shoot, we can talk about a few. Hold on.
Number 11. I'm going to just say it.
You talking about Um, you know, Benjamin.
No, number 11 on my.
Oh,
Right.
JT Taylor.
Yeah, he is. They need to start using him like the top 3, 4 back that he is.
Okay.
Like I said, if you got to run him 30 times to be effective,
Hmm.
that seems the only way they're going to turn it around. I think.
Okay.
Anyways, other than that, I really don't have anything else. You got somebody you want to slip to here and look at and see if I got them maybe underranked in your eyes, or
Got nothing else, man. I think we dove into what we wanted to dive into, and let's see. Yeah, I'm just looking over a few here. No, I think we're good, man. I think we're good. I think we're good here.
all right, folks. Well, I guess we're going to call it a night then.
Yeah,
If he doesn't have anything else, or if he does, wait a minute.
yeah. I think we're good, man.
You good? All right. Well,
What's that?
then I guess only thing I have to say left is make sure you share, make sure you like, make sure you uh, uh,
Hit the
do all the
subscribe
things that
button.
get us, yeah, and just get us out there, get the word out there for us. And for you, we'll continue to do the best job we can. I'm sorry that the old brain's not quite back where it should be. I'm
It's all
slowing
good,
things
man.
down here. I know I
Yeah,
am, but um, you know, all the
yeah.
info's still there. Like I said before, I just since that stroke, man, I'm doing 4 days a week though therapy,
Good,
so
good.
hopefully it gets better fast. So you want to sign us off? Say goodnight.
Let's sign us off, man. You know what I mean? Week 9 fantasy pro insider rankings. We get you everything from quarterbacks to receivers to running backs, tight ends, and even get your kickers in your special teams on that defense. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna sign off here, week 9. Once again, I'm the warden. He's the guru. We appreciate everything that you guys have been doing for us. We thanks for the views. Let's keep putting those views up. Keep sharing it with everyone that you've got out there to hopefully help you guys with your week 9 fantasy lineups this week. So we're gonna go ahead and sign off.
My partner, thank you again for your patience, and thank you for carrying the load, brother.
As always, my man. As always, man. Get paying my best, and it's all love, man. We'll talk. We'll talk
All
Sunday.
right, my friend. We'll see
All
you.
right, bro.
Talk to you this Sunday.
Yep. Peace.